Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I keep hearing from friends and relatives how the government needs to do more. The government needs to do this. The government needs to do that. So in this video, I want to talk about the basic purpose of government, any government, and that's the American government, the Chinese government, the Russian government, the English government, Great Britain, the Venezuelan government, all of it. Any government has three basic functions. Here we go. The first one, protect the natural rights, and that's life, liberty, and possessions of private property. Essentially maintain law and order. Make sure your rights aren't trampled. Make sure your private property is safe from theft. That's it. That's their job. That's one of the three jobs. Now, keep in mind, this is the job of every government. Some governments don't have to do a lot here because, for example, in a communist government, socialist government, there's no personal property, so they don't have to worry about that. There's no, your rights are essentially shit, so there's not a hell of a lot to protect there. But that is one of their functions. So it's just, the second one, national defense. Protect us from invasion. Make sure the bad guys don't storm across the border and take our shit and kill us. Okay, that's part of it. And part of that is border security. The third one, managing economic conditions. They have to maintain the economy. Our currency has to be solvent. Our economy has to be robust and vibrant. The government is maintained with that. Now, in free market capitalism, there's very little the government has to do for that. It's self-correcting. The free market is perfect. It self-corrects. It maintains itself. There's not a lot they have to do there. But that is part of their job. I'm just saying. And that's it. That's all. It's pretty basic. In one of my earlier videos, I outline the powers granted to the U.S. government by the U.S. Constitution, and it's a pretty small paragraph. There's not a hell of a lot to it. I'm going to digress from the point of this video for a second. The left, the American left, the Democrats, are working very hard to change that paragraph. They are doing it in a very underhanded way. I've talked about Wikipedia and Google in the past and how leftists are manipulating the data. I was doing research for this very video that you're watching now, and I pulled up an article titled, get this, The Three Main Functions of Government. That was the name of the article, The Three Main Functions of Government. That was it. The interesting part is that a fourth function was added. There were four functions. But the name, The Three Main Functions of Government, was still the same. But there were four. Somebody had added a fourth one. And guess what that fourth one was? Redistribution of income and resources. Yeah. These leftists added a communist or a socialist function to the list, but they were too damn stupid to change the title. This is more leftist Democrat lies. When you look up something on the computer, they're changing what you find. They're changing the data. When you're doing research for a school paper, for example, when your kids are looking up something on Google's for their schoolwork, they're getting altered data to fit the leftist narrative. There's your proof. I found it by accident doing this article. There's only three basic functions of government. They added a socialist fourth function, but then they forgot to change the title. You see what I mean? They do it in Wikipedia. Google is doing it. It's all over the place. Be careful what you research online. The information you're getting has been altered. It may very well have been altered. Okay. Now, getting back to topic. Anything the government wants to do that doesn't fit into these three basic functions is extra, and we do not need it. Okay? Joe Biden put forth, here, I want to say it was a few days ago, maybe last week. Joe Biden put forth a $5.8 trillion budget proposal. And the man went hog wild. Oh my God, he included everything that he could put in there. The kitchen sink was there. Golden toilets were in the background. I mean, oh my God, he put everything in this. I'm not going to go into details to exactly what he did, but this is what, according to these three functions, this is what he could have put in there. He put in $813 billion for defense. He put in $769 billion for domestic spending, and he put in $67.6 billion for foreign affairs and State Department stuff. And there was one thing in here that he put in that I did like, $2.5 billion for cybersecurity, because we got a lot of bad actors messing with our computer stuff. So, you know, I left that in. If you eliminate all of this, all that extra bullshit that he put in, and just leave that, what I just read in there, the defense, domestic stuff, foreign affairs, the State Department, and cybersecurity, just that, it's a $1.6521 trillion package. That's it. I dropped it from $5.8 trillion to $1.6521 trillion. Our tax revenue, what we bring in from taxes, is something like $3 trillion, roughly. So we could have been paying off the national debt if all we did was concentrate on the stuff the government is supposed to do. But that's not what the left want. That's not what the left wants. They wanted all this extra spending. Why? Because they want to waste as much American money on useless bullshit as possible, because it will help to ruin the American economy. I talk about this guy a lot. His name's Robert Welch. He did a video back in the 50s. He did a speech back in the 50s. I want to say it was 56. And he outlined everything the communists were going to do to try to destroy America. And one of those things on the list was waste as much American cash as possible to devalue the dollar and ruin our economy. I talk about this all the time. Robert Welch was a smart man. He saw into the future and saw what they were going to do, and he put it in a speech. He warned us. It's here. But instead, Biden is proposing the biggest tax increase in history to pay for a bunch of stuff we really don't need. Typical Democrat. Pray for our world, because we need it. Oh my Lord, the world needs Jesus. Everybody, pray for us, because God bless, we need it. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.